All right, we just got in the brand new WEVAC chamber model vacuum sealer. We're gonna get this thing out of the box, see what it looks like. Get the old axial out the front out here and get this dude opened up. All right, it's a box with a box in it. And we get to use this again. Nice little instruction manual there. That looks like the seal bar. Right in the cushiony stuff at the top. And there's that unit right there. Oh boy. I'm gonna tell y'all, that dude's heavy. It's pretty much gonna live wherever you put it. Ooh. Might have to put oil in this motor. Came with a few bags there. And a little accessory bundle for your accessory port. We'll get to that. It came with some tools. Your power cord, of course. A little oil bottle for filling up the oil reservoir for the motor. And a bottle of vacuum pump oil, which we're going to have to put in this machine after we read the instructions. All right, this is where we fill the oil up. Take that little thumb screw here. And pop that plug out. There's the oil fill. There's a little sight glass right there, so you know how much oil you have and how much to put in it. All right, I think we have the WEVAC chamber sealer all ready to go. This is a big one. Big old power cable over there. This is a very large chamber. You can see this is my hand inside. It's probably about 4 inches, 4.5 inches deep. It has a rounded bottom instead of a flat bottom. I don't know if that'll make that big a difference. The nice thing is it's got a 12-inch seal bar. So with a 12-inch seal bar, we can put really wide bags of food in there, which will be nice. Put the power on. Show you the readout. So with this thing, you can go ahead and select. First, you got to tell it to come on. First, you got to select your bag size. We're going to be using large bags. That's going to set your seal time. You can customize this and set your seal time as high as you want. We'll run it all the way up to 50 seconds. I like that because that gives you the maximum amount of vacuum you can get on your pouches. Seal time default is 3 seconds. And I think 3 seconds is going to be fine. That's pretty much what I'm using on the other chamber sealer. So let's get some deer meat and see how this thing works. We're working on butchering up a couple deer, so I've got a couple of nice blade steaks here. I'm going to try those first. All right, slide that right up underneath those little metal tabs there. Lay it across the seal bar. Hold that down for a couple seconds to let it start the vacuum, and we're off and running. Fairly quiet. I set it for the max because I wanted to see how tight this thing would pull down. This is the very first time vacuum sealing anything. There's a look inside at the meat. And that timer is going to run down. The seal bar should pop up. Seal for 3 seconds. And it lets the air in the machine. And we're done. There we go. I actually did a really good job. It pulled it down really tight. You can tell, and it did a great job on the seal too. It's got a double seal on it, very nice, and did a good job on these WEVAC bags that they sent me as well. All right, let's try something a little more challenging. These are a couple of shanks, and you guys that hunt, if you've never had shanks, you need to try it. Let's spin that around a little bit, work with the bag's curve. Venison shanks in a crock pot, cooked down. They're just freaking amazing. So that lays in there just fine. This is a much larger bag that's in there this time. What it's doing is evacuating the entire chamber, pulling a vacuum both inside the bag and inside the chamber to remove all the air no matter what. You can even vacuum seal soup and water in this thing if you wanted to. That's one of the nice things about a chamber sealer. You don't have to worry about moisture content of your food ever. 5, 4, 1. There goes the seal. Lets it cool a minute. And off we go. Look at that. That did a great job. And these are thick bone-in shanks, ready to cook or throw in the freezer. Those things are going to be awesome. These are probably 1.5 inch thick shanks, and it did a great job. With its 12-inch seal bar, even these really wide 11-inch roll material bags are no problem at all for the WEVAC. It's about 5 pounds of venison cubed up to be ground later on. Sometimes we use 4mm thick bags by Out of Air, so I'm curious to see how the WEVAC does on sealing these extra thick bags. And just for giggles, let's do these perfectly wonderful big flat irons. Look at that. Absolutely perfect. Great seal. Ready for the freezer. We have a couple really thick shanks here off a big buck I just got. Let's see how it'll do on these. Now I went ahead and set the seal to 5 for this, since these bags are quite a bit thicker. There's the seal. Yep, did a great job. It was able to melt right through and seal those 4mm thick Out of Air bags really well. Perfect, perfectly done. Now here's something cool the WEVAC came with that most chamber models don't have. It has an accessory port. This back part right here is where the vacuum actually happens, and there's a little O-ring on the back. You just take the accessory hose, plug it right in there, and this end simply plugs right into your favorite vacuum seal marinade container. With that in place, you just press and hold the marinade accessory button, and it fires up, starts vacuuming. This will pull down a vacuum for whatever container you're using. And when it's done, you can just seal it off, put it in the fridge with whatever you got. Now, how good a job did that do? Pretty good. The unit also came with a spare tape for the seal bar, so should you ever need that as a spare part, came with the unit. The WEVAC CV12 Turbo is an expensive machine. This is a professional quality unit. WEVAC actually has a less expensive homeowner grade unit that's still a chamber model. It's on their website. I'm going to put a link to this machine and the other one down in the description below. Definitely a very nice 12-inch seal bar chamber machine. And coming up, we're going to compare the WEVAC CV12 Turbo to the VacMaster VP215. If you have any questions, please leave them down there in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Hit that subscribe button down there and give me that thumbs up like button. We'll see you next time.